Venus, the second planet from the Sun, our closest planetary neighbor, and sometimes called Earth's twin. It is also the only planet named after a female figure. Venus is a terrestrial planet, similar in structure and size to Earth. It's a bit smaller than Earth, with a radius of 6,052 kilometers. Venus spins slowly in the opposite direction from most planets. This is also known as a retrograde rotation. Its thick atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, making it the hottest planet in our solar system, with surface temperatures hot enough to melt lead. The average surface temperature is 462 degrees Celsius, and because Venus does not tilt on its axis, there is no seasonal variation. Venus's atmosphere is over 96% carbon dioxide, with a pressure about 95 times Earth's. These conditions are extreme enough to compress carbon dioxide into a supercritical state close to Venus's surface. Venus is also the second brightest object in the night sky. Only the moon is brighter. Sometimes Venus is so bright that it actually casts shadows on the Earth. These shadows are known as Venetian shadows. Some other characteristics about Venus are that it does not have any moons or rings, and a day on its surface, solar day, takes 117 Earth days. Let's talk about the space missions that involves this planet. More than 40 missions have been launched to explore Venus. The Soviet Union and the United States have soft-landed probes on the surface. The Japanese Akatsuki mission, currently the only active mission at Venus, entered orbit around Venus in 2015, searching for clues on how the planet's atmosphere works. Some future missions include India's Shukrayan, set to launch in December 2024, and NASA's Da Vinci and Veritas, set to launch no earlier than 2031. The time it takes to travel to Venus depends on the type of spacecraft and the specific trajectory used. The fastest recorded journey to reach Venus was by NASA's Mariner 2 in 1962, which arrived at the planet in 109 days. Using the fastest spacecraft, the Juno spacecraft, and the shortest possible distance, you could arrive at Venus in about 6 days. However, if you are using an average spacecraft which goes around 16,150 miles an hour, you would reach Venus in around 40 days. What about Venus in the past? Venus has been observed since prehistoric times, with references as far back as Babylonian cuneiformic texts from around 1600 BC. The early mathematician Pythagoras was one of the first to recognize that the morning and evening stars were actually the same object, Venus.